Welcome back, everyone. NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me to a new episode of Music with Nick. Today we got some new prog, some new metal. I'm super excited. This is a request by Eric Meredith, and these are some really hard to pronounce bands. And the first one is, I figured it out, it's called AVKRVST, and I'm still on the fence because I know how hard it was for me to pronounce the V, because in Germany it's pronounced V. And there's some other syllables, that are very differently pronounced, but I got some proof. So we're gonna do AVKRVST, Arcane Clouds. This is from the Probation album. This is from 2023, so this is super new, just like Eric said. New metal, new prog. And we also hear, this is I pulled this up. This is some proof. Give me just a second. Oh, you know what? We don't have to although it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny to show. Here they are. Let me just pull this over. I have to make a little maneuver here. Here they are, sitting. And let's play this.
How do we pronounce the name of the band?
What band?
Our band.
AVKRVST. Just read the letter V as U. I don't think you have to be a rocket scientist to get that.
All right, there you go. There you go. So we got it from them. This is literally the first time that I literally had to legitimately look up a name. But I'm gonna write it in the description just the way it's spelled here. So you're gonna see what I mean. So next band we're gonna do is Vulcan. I don't know if those Vulcans, but maybe. This is Bewildering Conception of Truth. That's the title. And this is from the album Technatura. And this is from 2020. And we're gonna end it with the band called Nospun, but because it has the umlauts on the U, so it's an U, Naspoon. The Death of Simpson, and this is from the album Opus 2023. So there you go. Got some new prog, some new metal, and I can't wait to hear this. So give me one moment. I'll pull up the music. Alrighty then, here we go with AVKRVST. Here we go. Arcane Clouds. Boom.
accepting that all my ghosts will hunt me down. I know that you want me to try to hunt them down. All I know now is my mind. I know that you want me to try to find a way. Then we go into deep dark clouds. I know the ghosts will hunt me down into deep dark clouds. They go, finding new ways to make me drown. And I know they'll find me somehow. I know that you want me to try to hunt them down. All I know now is my mind. I know that you want me to try to find a way. Then we go into deep dark
Oh wow, very abrupt ending, but very very good. I like the band because it was not trying to copy any other bands. You know, it was pretty slow. You know, I think it wasn't too metal, but I'm sure it's in the metal genre. They're from Norway, of course. I just read that. The next band, Vulcan, is from Sweden. So they're all Nordic bands. All my forefathers, I guess. But what I liked was there was a little lead part. The drums and the bass were very syncopated. Like, I don't know, it was like 3/4 and then 4/4 in the chorus, and then I don't know, some other time signatures. Very interesting. But I liked that it was not just like trying to rip off, you know, all the very popular, you know, progressive rock bands or the progressive metal bands. It sounded pretty much like they were doing their own thing, which I really appreciated. I like the voice and I like the instruments, and I think it's a great band. I'll work on my pronunciation of the band, even though I heard how they pronounce it, but I don't know. The second V, he pronounces as an I, and he says to pronounce it as a U. So, but you know, it is what it is, you know, with Europeans and speaking English, especially the ones from the north or Germans. So, okay, so this next band is from Sweden, Vulcan, Bewildering Conception of Truth. is the title. This is a bit on the longer side, and then the last one is an epic of 9 minutes and 11 seconds. So let's go first with this Swedish band Vulcan, and let's give it up for them. But this was a very cool track here. Arcane Clouds, very, very nice, very hypnotic, you know. It wasn't too heavy, but I never lost interest, so it wasn't too slow either. Although, you know, I mean, you know me, I listen to all types of music, and there's not a style where I don't find something interesting, or, you know, that I can take with me and enjoy, you know. So that's just like the way I am, you know. I even the worst music, and I'm not saying this is the worst music, this is, on the contrary, this is very, very good. But even if I go to a party and there's only like reggaeton and, you know, and stuff like that, I can still find something of value, you know, if there's some, maybe like a cool solo, you know, because sometimes these musicians, even though their musical output is very poor, they're very good musicians who just, you know, they want the money. And I get it, you know. If you do reggaeton, you're pretty much, you know, gonna be very wealthy. But yeah, the musical just pour of that is not very good, even though it's so popular. But okay, so now let's go with this next band, Vulcan. Here they are. Let's go. freaking good. I love it. I mean, you have to have a lot of patience with this music. If you're not into like neo prog, you know, or like new progressive music, you might find this, I don't know. I love it, you know, but I can just see people maybe checking out because it doesn't have the right amount of solos, or it is more like it flows very slowly, but I like that. I love how they introduce the cello in there and the violin, and the time signatures always change, but the song is just like, it sounds almost more grungy. It sounds like Alice in Chains, but played in a progressive way. The voices are more like, I don't know, it's not like the typical, you know, metal bands. I really like this. This is very, very good. I'm going to send this to a couple of friends that are going to appreciate this and that are into prog, but they're also always looking for new stuff, you know. This is very, very interesting, Vulcan. I like it. Very, very cool. And I like that it's not like typical shred fest and, you know, I don't know. It's just, it's a bit different. I like it. Yeah, these endings are very, very abrupt, very unexpected. But then again, most of these albums, I think, are concept albums. It's just very, it's a very common thing nowadays for, especially a progressive band, to be more, to produce like a concept album. How can we make these songs transition into each other and maybe even abruptly change them so it starts all over again with something in that vein? I mean, not just bleed over, just like stop and then, I don't know, but I could be wrong. Now this one is like I said, give me 1 second here. This one is called Nospun. Let's see, and I can't really see where they're from yet because I have to click on the track, but this is called The Death of Simpson from the album Opus. This is the longest song. This is 9 minutes and 11 seconds. Here we go, and let's see if this is the, because this has been more proggy, you know, these two have been proggy. Let's see if this is the progressive metal track. If not, I don't care. It's all been very, very good. Here we go.
woke up. I should have gone to bed much earlier. It's just so hard when your inner clock ignores the sun, and a moment of uninterrupted peace is what you yearn for. Simpson's one and only daughter. She only just turned 6. Curiosity turns into horror as she notices.
So yeah, this is way more in the style of like the bands that I listen to, like, you know, Opeth. It has these really nice instrumental sections. The Voice, it has the aggressive dum 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 dum, you know, like Dream Theater, Symphony X, Haken. You know, it isn't more in that vein, but still very original. It just doesn't sound like any of the bands that I mentioned, but it's in that style. It's a progressive metal, you know, and I love it. It has the bass is fantastic. Again, the drumming, I really enjoy the vocalists. I mean, everything is just wonderful. Really, really cool. I can already imagine Eric, you know, I don't know what he does, but going to work, you know, in the morning, you know, driving, listening to this, and maybe the person, you know, on the at the stops at the red light is like, okay, this guy's like, you know, you never know. Like, you know, it has happened to me that I'm listening to my good old Alan Holdsworth, and it's really weird music for the common listener. You know, if you listen to like, I don't know, Santana or Jimi Hendrix or something like that, and then you're like, what the hell is going on over there in that car? Because I do listen to music very loud, and I don't open my windows because I don't want to bother anyone, but I'm sure, I don't know, someone has looked over and said like, what the hell is this guy listening to? But hey, you know, it is, you know, that's the beauty of music. Not everybody likes what you like, and that's just how it is. I think this is a great band. There's no information. There's just one album of these guys. It doesn't say where they're from, unfortunately. But let me see. Is there? No, it doesn't. But fans also like, of course, the first band that we listened to. And let's see. But there, nothing else that I know of. Ice Age. Yeah, but no. But so far, this they're really delivering it. Like I get more like an Opeth vibe, Porcupine Tree. You know, maybe not as maybe heavier than Porcupine Tree, but not heavier than Opeth. In that vein, you know, there's some gothic stuff, really cool, really, really good. Just great music overall. I'm loving it. Also, like just everything. So let's just continue and then let's talk about it more.
Underneath the weight of Simpson, broken. The thoughts inside her head, chosen not to understand what's happened. Struggle to find the words to say. Broken.
Very, very good. At the end, literally, they went into full Symphony X mode. I mean, and today I was actually talking to Alexa. I was like, oh my God, have you noticed that Symphony X haven't released an album in 8 years? And when I talked to her about when they released it in 2015, I remember, oh my God, Alexia, Symphony X just released an album today after 4 years. It was so long for me. It was like the longest thing. And it was also, I guess, the newest album I've ever heard. I know I've had 2 releases, Symphony X releases with Alexia being together with her, and one in 2011 and then 2015. But 2015 was just like, oh my God, finally after 4 years, and now they haven't released an album in 8 years. I don't know why, but they're so good. And but yeah, back to this band. This was amazing. All 3 songs were great, very, very entertaining, great musicianship, great vocals, good singers, great drummers. The drumming on the last track, I mean, all of these tracks are heavily syncopated. It's a lot of fun to try to count along, you know, if you're into that. But yeah, it was never kind of like boring or too much, you know. Some bands just add too much spice into there, but this was just the right amount of, you know, rock, but I mean metal, but also progressive. It is proggy. So I wanted to add one of mine, a short one. Let me just see if I find something, just, you know, to give you something new as well. I'm going to add something new. But I'm going to have to do some searching, so I'll be right back. All right, so I found something. Now, I don't know if this is like the best, but otherwise I could just spend hours here. So this is pretty new. This is from 2020 as well. This is from a musician called Wes Thrailkill. That's literally his name, Thrailkill, his last name, but Wes is his first name. And this is literally all performed by him. The drums, the bass, the guitar, the keyboards, everything he does by himself. If you want to follow him, he's on progarchives.com. He has shared songs with Ron Jarzombek from Spastic Inc., Watchtower fame. So this is like good stuff. So this might be a bit heavier than the prior 3. Now this is my addition. This is not from Eric. So this is just, you know, to add something more to the marathon. This could be a little bit too much for the normal prog listener. Like if you're into Genesis or, you know, like older bands, yes, you know, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. This could be a little bit off-turning. It's a very loud, very heavy, and there's a lot of guitar. So this is a shorter song. It's barely 2 minutes and 29 seconds. This is called an Abduction from the album Detach 2020. I'm sure Eric is gonna like this, so that's why I'm adding it to the marathon. It's on the heavier side, but it's very good. So let's go and give it a listen. Here you go. Okay, that's the second song. It literally bled into the second song, and this one is like 5 minutes. So yeah, we have to stop. But this reminds me more. This is also this was my first reaction. I heard some of his stuff before, and I think I've reacted to some of his stuff before. But this one was my first as well to the an Abduction, and it turned. The second one was Seed Turns Talish. The crazy arpeggio part, it did remind me a little bit of this the style of Tim Henson and what they got going on. Very technical, very, I don't know, very different, but I love that he also adds a little bit of jazz there. But yeah, it is what it is. It's very heavy, very math heavy, like math metal, what they call it, or very technical. So but yeah, I hope you did enjoy. Obviously, I think the first 3 tracks were the best. This one was maybe not the best addition, but hey, that's what you do. Sometimes, I do want to just add a little more, I mean, it was still good, but it was not my favorite piece of music. It was just very like, just very, very, maybe I'm not in the mood right now for, technical metal, technical progressive metal, but you have to give it to him, to Wes, that he's an outstanding musician. Just to come up with this stuff, to record it all by yourself, that's alone amazing. And then to have the ability to play the guitar like that and come up with these crazy ideas, I mean, even someone like Frank Zappa or Steve Vai would say like, whoa, how did you come up with this? So it's just really good. So I hope you did enjoy. Let me know what you think. Give me a comment or something if you want to subscribe to the channel if it's your first time. Like the channel if you like the video. The usual thing. Thank you so much again, Eric, for this request. I really enjoyed your songs. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one.